Hello, my name is Liene and welcome back to my channel and welcome to May wrap-up. May wasn't the greatest reading month. I managed to read 5 books, but it was a struggle reading-wise, the month of May. But it is what it is. It is over. Let's forget what happened. But first, let's gonna talk about what I did manage to read. So I finished 5 books. And I have 6 books to mention. Let's just go through them one by one in the order I've finished them, because the starting order is completely different. The first book I finished is Kiss Me Not by Emma Hart. This is an ebook I read. I don't even remember. Why did I pick up an ebook? I guess I didn't want to carry a big paperback because so I read Kiss Me Not by Emma Hart, and it is a romance about a woman who every year she does this kissing booth thing for charity, and every year there is a different competitor to her. Like there are 2 people who do it, and the winner who raises more money returns next year. And the opposite, there is different person every year, and she is kind of a champion, reigning champion, and then she finds out that this year her competition will be a guy who she has had a crush on for years. So, and it is one of her friend's brother. It's about her experiences during that week, I think, working in that kissing booth and having him close, talking to him, spending some more time with him. So yeah, it is a romance. I don't really know how to talk about the romances. It was okay. I did enjoy it. It was a quick read, but I think it's quite predictable as it is with romances. You kind of know how it's gonna end. I don't know. I think it is given that those 2 will have a relationship throughout the book, and ending is like predictable, I think. I'm not gonna say more, but yeah, I did enjoy it. I don't really understand the kissing booth thing. I know it is a thing, but I don't think it is a thing here in Latvia. Haven't heard of those happening, but yeah, I feel just it is a weird thing, kissing someone for money, even if it is for charity. It's weird. A lot of germs, and a lot of people you just don't want to kiss. Why would you agree doing it? But yeah, it's I guess it's a thing for some people. I think that's it. I don't have anything more to say about this one. The next one I read was The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, and this was intense. Let's say it like that. I didn't know what to expect, but that's not what I expected. It is about a woman who finds a job as a housemaid with this family. In the interview for this job, everything seemed really cool. You live on the place. You have to help the lady of the house to clean and sometimes to look after the kid and prepare some food. But when she starts working there, the lady of the house, she kind of flips. She's completely different than in the first interview. She acts like a crazy woman. The main character doesn't know what to do. She needs this job. She needs the money, but it is crazy. And things escalate, things happen, and yeah. I didn't know what to think. At one point, I figured out like what might actually be happening. Who is who? Like who is actually doing things and not why. That I didn't get. But yeah. And now that this is a series, I know there are, I feel like 2 more books. I think. Don't count on me, but yeah. This was really, I feel like it was quite fast-paced. I really wanted to know what is actually happening and wanted to get to the end, but there were some things that I didn't like. There is this one trope that happened, and the main thing that really bothered me was how the main character talked about the husband, the woman who hired her. So yeah, I don't know. I felt really, really like icky from the beginning of the way she described him and talked about him. I don't think that's a way to talk about your employer. But Other thing is that I'm starting to realize more and more that I'm more critical of translations that are translated from English. I think I mentioned that before, but yeah, there are some things that I just don't understand. Why would they translate things like that? I did enjoy it. I even think I might read the sequel. The next one I finished was Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. As you can see, this is another translation because these two, like this one and this one, these are library books that I picked up and I had to read them in May, so I can return them as soon as I talk about them in this wrap-up. So I will hopefully remember to return them next week. But this is about a woman who goes to visit her cousin because her family received a letter from her, like a really weird letter, where she is asking to help her because she's being poisoned. And yeah, just a weird letter that doesn't sound like her cousin is doing good, and she goes there to see what is actually happening. And then she got into things. Her cousin lives in this weird old house, and it is quite far from the nearest village, and it is really secluded, and there is difficult and weird history around the house and the family that lives there and the region where the house is. So she finds things out, weird things start to happen. And it was interesting. There were some disgusting parts in this book, but I couldn't figure out what was actually happening, and I'm not sure I liked the explanation why things were happening, like what was behind it. And yeah, I don't know. I liked it. Like, I liked there is this creepy house and there is some kind of past mysteries and secrets that no one is allowed to know. But yeah, it was really creepy. Like the family that the cousin married in, it's something. It is really something. Like how they view the world and how they make decisions and things, and what has happened in the past that has led them to this moment. It's not like great to read about because it is not good, but I did enjoy it. I definitely want to try more by this author, even though I found some things disgusting and I didn't really like the reasoning, not the reasoning, but what was behind the weird things happening in the house. I still did enjoy this book. The next one is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. This is a YA contemporary about a girl who has planned out all her summer and she's going to this young scholars summer program, but then because of the scandal with her dad, who is a politician, she has to throw all her plans out of the window and she starts working as a dog walker for the summer. And it is the summer. This book is the whole summer for her and her friends, and how she meets this guy, their relationship and the relationship with her dad, how it changes because of the fact that he can't work right now because of a scandal that is happening. It was okay. I did enjoy it at the end. I struggled at the beginning to get into a book because this was the first one I started and almost the last one I finished. It took me whole month to read it, but yeah, I just took break in the not really in the middle, but at some point I took a break for like half a month to pick this one up again because I don't know, I just didn't feel like reading it. But in the end, I did enjoy it. When I picked this one up closer to the end of the month, I really got into it. I wanted to know how her summer is gonna end and what will be the conflict of the book. But yeah, I think it was really interesting to see this one summer in our main character's life and how she dealt with things. So yeah, it was really interesting, and I liked it. And then I had 2 days left in a month. I needed something short to read so I can close off the month with 5 books finished. And I picked up this poetry collection by Latvian author Rudolf Blaumanis, and it is called Spēka ozols, or Power Oak, I think. And it was okay. There are some poems that I recognized that are used as song lyrics here in Latvia, and there's one popular poem in here, but overall, I don't know. It wasn't my favorite, but I'm glad I read it. I like this author's plays. He has one popular play that is played here every summer, like 1 week in summer. Usually there is this play that is put on every year, and I'm going to see it later this month, like in June. So it will be a fun time. But yeah, poetry, I don't know. It was okay. It's not gonna be my favorite, though. I did like some poems, but those were the ones that I already knew before. And the last book I'm gonna mention is, I'm a bit disappointed that I have to mention it, but this is a third book that I had picked up from the library, and I tried reading it. I got 100 pages in, and I decided to DNF. And I don't DNF books. If you've been here for a while, you know that I don't really DNF books. I struggle through them. I just pick them. I put them down and pick them up a bit later to see if I can finish them. But I have decided that I'm gonna put this one down, and maybe somewhere in the future I will return to it and try it. But right now it is a DNF for me, and it is Zvaigžņu dārzi by Sandra Krūmiņa, or Star Gardens, Garden of Stars. It sounded good. It is about a woman who is working at a planetarium, and she gets this idea that she wants to do a show there, and drawing the parallels with Latvian mythology and how they see the stars and the constellations and things. So she wants to combine those things and do a show there. But so she starts to research, she contacts this folklorist, but I don't know, I just found it boring. I think it's meant to be a bit spooky fantasy, but yeah, I just couldn't get into it. I found it boring, and I didn't really want to pick it up. I tried, I picked up it in on the second to last day of the month, and to see if I maybe want to continue reading this one, but yeah, I read up to page 102 and decided nope, I don't want to struggle with this for 500 more pages. So it is a DNF, unfortunately, but I need to learn that DNFing is okay. If I don't enjoy the book, I can DNF it, right? Right. So yeah, this is it. This is the wrap up. These were the books I read in May. Not a big pile of books, but it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. So yeah, please let me know in comments down below what is the last book you read, and did you like it? In other things, this is it for the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I see you in the next one. Bye. Please like and subscribe and push the bell to get notified. I don't say this phrase a lot because I feel weird saying it, but if you like what you see, you should subscribe, right? And like. Thanks. Bye. I feel like a weirdo when I do that.